your time and talking to the Tribune. So Toofan is all ready to whip up a storm.
Yeah, it's been a process. It's been a long journey, and I'm so happy that right now we are at a place where we'll be sharing it with the world at large. We're extremely fortunate that the platform is Amazon Prime, which takes us to approximately like 200 countries, over 240 categories, millions and millions of households. So it will reach on the screen in your drawing room and your living rooms on 16th of July. And yeah, great. So the feeling is of anticipation. There is a bit of suspense, how the people will react to it, all that. Yeah.
But you know, the trailers have been released, and I mean, judging by the promos, it looks more suitable for big screens, if I dare to say that.
You know what? Yeah. To be fair, it's crossed our mind many a time. And I've been asked this by friends and colleagues, by family, everyone, about the big screen and the small screen thing. I think times are changing, times are evolving. And the only thing constant that remains is change. Right. Like I said earlier, we used to have silent films, then we had talkie, we had black and white, then we had color, we used to shoot on film, 35mm, then we started shooting on digital. We used to have telephones which were with a wire and all that. Now we have smartphones on our hands. So it's always good to embrace the change. I think the small screen is not small anymore. It's become bigger than the big screen as such. Especially in times like today, when we do not allow us, to enter a theater and at the risk of the health of other people, not just yours. It's a great opportunity to share Toofan and with the audiences, which they can further share with their loved ones and with their families. They can sit together and watch it. Yeah.
But during the making of the film, did you consider this possibility of streaming it on an OTT platform? You
know, strangely, all the films we make, and for the last several years, it's always been theatrical, which we look forward to, and then how the film translates onto satellite. Right. And then it lives on in satellite. So if you ask me today, a lot of people watch Rang De Basanti and Bhaag Milkha Bhaag and Delhi 6. And they're watching it on the small screen. Yes. More audiences have seen it on the small screen. And then they relate to the film. And 15 years ago, a 20-year-old was just 5-year-old when Rang De Basanti was released. But today she can enjoy or discover the film through the small screen. I think this debate is there. It's a relevant debate, but there is always the right time for something. And it feels the right time to share Toofan when the world is going through a healing process. And the film is about healing. It's about love.
So, but what is it about you and sports films, sports dramas?
Nothing. I think these are coincidences. It's not planned for that. I never planned a sports film with Bhaag Milkha Bhaag. Neither did I plan a sports film with Toofan. It's more about the characters and their journey. Just like Bhaag Milkha Bhaag was a story about partition. It was a story, of a young kid who has lost everything in life. A young Milkha Singh. His parents, his relatives, during the partition, a 12-year-old who did not even have shoes to wear, how does he go and break the world record? Similarly, in Toofan, it's an underdog story. It's a story of fractured souls which come together with love and how they help each other uh, to win over the situations of life. And which is so true for all of us, whether you're a sportsman or you're not a sportsman, whether you're a homemaker or you're a student, whether you're a doctor or you're a lawyer, it really doesn't matter. All of us have these struggles in life. And I'm sure when you come out of Toofan, there will be so much relatability to your own ups and downs in life. Yeah.
As viewers, we love the stories of underdogs. But as a director, what is fascinating to bring alive the tale of an underdog?
It's for me as a director, there are two parts. The way I would like to respond to this, Nanika, is one is, sure. As a director, it's very important for me. The way I look at my profession is, when I pick up a film, do I have something to say? Is there an expression there? Can I share something which I deeply believe in with a larger audience? Can I pour my heart out to them? Can I, as such? So that this story offered me that, most certainly. Then the other part is, I always put myself in the shoes of the audiences.
Okay.
And then I say, would they watch this film? And in the characters, will they see themselves there? Will there be an inspiration for them there? Will there be a connect for them, a message for them, an inspiration? All those things. Will they get inspired by this, these personalities which I'm creating? So it works both ways. When you see as a director and when you see as an audience, and somewhere those things mix. And if you're lucky, you get a good mix, yeah.
But I mean, this is a story of a boxer, and we already have a movie, Mary Kom, on a real life boxer. Then we have Milkha Bhaag again on. So I mean, like, what is different about this boxer?
So I like to dispel this myth right now. Toofan is not the story of a boxer.
Okay.
It is a story of a human being who discovers his redemption in boxing. So it's not like a character we have drawn out of true life, but it is a character from a true life boxer as such. Like you just said, like there's Ali, like there was Mary Kom. It's a story about an ordinary person who finds and discovers boxing in life as a way to express himself, as a way to make the right choice in life, and inspired by a very strong pivotal role played by Mrinal Thakur of the woman in his life. And she is the pillar of strength.
But so how is it, I mean, you're talking of Mrinal Thakur, but how is it, working with Farhan again?
Incredible. How to say, when you put things in words, they get trapped in words. So I would like to go beyond words on this. The feeling was we like I told you earlier, we had shared a beautiful moment with Bhaag Milkha Bhaag. Not just because it was a huge success, but also it enriched us. So जाहिर है कि आगे बढ़ेंगे, कुछ और करेंगे, तो if we have set a bar for ourselves, I can't talk for everything else. We have to go ahead of that. We have to jump higher. We need to discover something more. And that's what I think Toofan has offered us. Yeah.
While you were making Mirza, you said that you've read almost everything on love. You read almost every book on love. So what kind of research has gone into Toofan?
Honestly, I did not understand the sport of boxing when I got into this film, when I on the onset. So say 4 years ago, I was not as wiser with boxing than I'm today. So when I made a choice that yes, I must tell the story, and it revolves around a street gunda who finds his redemption in the sport of boxing and uses his talents properly. You have a pen in your hand as a writer, as a journal, you can write something beautiful. Gulzar Bhai can write a beautiful poem, or you can write something very hateful and ignite fire of hatred between people with the same pen. You give it to the same. So it is about making that choices, about how Ajju Bhai becomes Aziz Ali and becomes an inspiration for all of us who life has not been very fair with, did not offer the opportunities. But it tells us that yes, we can, all of us can. And I want the audience to, when they see the film, to believe in themselves. Not say, oh, what a great film we saw, what great performances, boxing kitna acha tha, direction kitna acha tha. I think all I want them to do is look into the mirror and say, I can, yeah.
But you said the ball rolling with Bhaag Milkha Bhaag and the trend of sports biopics began. But now we have a rash of it. Do you think there is too much of a good thing out there?
I don't know. I can't comment on what is out there and what choices people make. I can, at best, I normally fail to talk about things that I do also. So there are trends and then there are trends, and then you can even set trends. For me, it's always more interesting to discover something more, something new. If I've gone somewhere and I've been there, done that, it's not so interesting for me to go there again. A lot of people ask me, when are you making Rang De Basanti 2? You know, when is the sequel coming? And in fact, I've even got stories from a lot of people to say, this could be a Rang De Basanti 2 and let's do a sequel and all that. I said, no, it's come out of my, it's already out of my system. Why should I repeat that? And so it happens that boxing is a backdrop in Toofan, you know, but it's most certainly a human story. It's a story about relationships, and that is more important for me.
So you're talking of Rang De Basanti, which most people believe is your best film. It's almost a cult film. So my question is whether success is a more difficult beast to tame, or failure is.
I really don't know who made Rang De Basanti. It was another Rakeysh Mehra 16 years ago. I'm not the same person today. I would like to believe that in 16 years, I have traveled a journey and I've traveled further. And yes, life would have given me more blows in the last 16 years, but it has also embraced me in the last 16 years. So today I'm a different Rakeysh Mehra who's making Toofan. I'm not the same person who made Bhaag Milkha Bhaag. Because to sit on what you have achieved, and personally for me, Delhi 6 is the closest to my heart. It's almost autobiographical. And so there is the thing about movies, the thing about books, the thing about songs is that to each one of us, they do different things. That to each one of us, they mean something different. You know, 5 people might read the same book and all 5 of them might take away something completely different altogether. So and that's how the process has been for me so far. I don't know what will happen tomorrow, but yeah, that's different.
But when you put your heart and soul into a film, as in Mirzia, and it doesn't work, does it take some time to, you know, recover from that moment? How do you bounce back?
No, it's a good question. Let me think how to answer that. So when I made my first film, Ux, it didn't work at the box office the way it should, but it still lives on. There's a limited fan club of Ux which lives on, and it taught me a lot. It was the birth of a director also. So it remains a milestone in my life. In fact, a bigger milestone than Rang De Basanti, because that's where I broke through as a personal journey. It's the lens you look through. If you look through a lens of something through the lens of box office alone, then you'll evaluate like that. If you look through the lens of cinema, you will find something else. I would not like to compare, but I believe Pyasa was a big flop, and today is the greatest classic after 40, 50 years. So it is, why do you make films? Why do you tell stories? Do you tell them for the Friday and the weekend? Or do you tell them for generations to come? Or were you searching for something? Did you find that in that film and the search carries on? For me, I'm always searching with every film. And it's always get more and more thirsty. I feel I've quenched my thirst, but it only increases. Yeah.
So where is the search taking you next?
I just 4 months ago, I finished mentoring and producing 5 short films with the talent from Ladakh, from small villages who had never gone to a film school, didn't even have a camera to own, and they made it, wrote it on, and each film is a gem. So I think my search from here on is to how to share whatever life has given me in terms of knowledge, and how to learn from the younger generation. And that's very important, because I think the generation today has so much to give and offer. I would like to make them my gurus.
Okay, so final thoughts on Milkha Singh.
Milkha Singh lives on. Milkha Singh, Milkha Singh never dies. Milkha Singh lives on. So for me, it is 1929 to infinity, not to 2021.
Right, very well put. Okay, thanks a lot, Mr. Mehra. So all the best for Toofan, and we are looking forward to it. And thanks again. Pleasure talking to you as always.
Thank you so much, man.